On Christmas Eve, when most people were rushing home to warmth and family, a young waitress faced a choice that would change her life forever. Two elderly strangers, cold and hungry, were being pushed out of a diner. Her manager wanted them gone. What he didn't know was that the money she had saved for her sick father's medicine would soon be placed on the counter instead. And what followed proved that kindness, when it costs the most, often returns in ways no one expects. Before we begin, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this story. Your support helps us bring more powerful, real-life inspired stories to people who need hope today. Now let's begin. Naomi Daniels was 20 years old, but exhaustion lived in her bones like it had rented space. She worked nights at the diner, cleaned offices in the mornings, and took delivery shifts whenever she could. People called it hustle. Naomi knew it felt more like survival. Her father, Leonard, was the reason. He had been the kind of man who fixed things for neighbors without charging, until his lungs began failing slowly, quietly. One medication kept him stable. Miss it, and everything spiraled. Naomi didn't save money in a bank. She kept it in a glass jar under her bed. 5 months of tips, coins, and folded bills. $50. Enough for his medicine. Christmas Eve was the first night she allowed herself to believe they might be okay. The diner was loud and warm when the front door opened, letting in a wave of cold. Naomi looked up and saw them immediately. An elderly couple stood near the entrance, coats thin, hands clasped together. They didn't look homeless. They looked tired. Grant, the manager, noticed them too. He always did. His eyes flicked to their shoes, then their coats. "We're full," he said loudly, though empty booths sat by the window. "Christmas rush," the woman tried to speak. The man gently shook his head and turned away. Years of rejection had taught him not to argue. Naomi felt that familiar pull in her chest, the same feeling she had watching her father struggle to breathe. "It's okay," she said, stepping forward. "I'll take them," Grant snapped at her, warned her, but she was already guiding them to a warm booth in the back. Naomi brought soup, bread, and warm plates that smelled like comfort. The couple ate slowly at first, then with relief once they realized no one was rushing them out. When the bill printed, Naomi stared at the total. Her fingers brushed her locker key. The jar under her bed flashed in her mind. Morning medicine. Grant passed by and whispered, "Don't." Naomi opened her locker anyway. She unfolded the sock, counted once, and slid the $50 into the register. The drawer closed with a sound that felt final. "You're all set," she told the couple. The woman's eyes filled with tears. The man simply nodded, like words weren't enough. Naomi watched them disappear into the cold, then turned back to work with shaking hands. That night, Naomi walked home instead of taking the bus. The cold kept her awake. Leonard's breathing sounded worse. She lay in bed counting hours instead of money. 2 days passed. No miracle. No phone call. Just exhaustion and doubt. Then, during a slow shift, Naomi noticed a basket on the counter. Oranges, bread, and a small envelope taped to the side. Inside was a note written carefully. "Thank you for seeing us." A week later, the diner door opened again. Naomi looked up and froze. The couple stood there, but something was different. Their coats fit. Their posture was steady. "We're here to see Naomi," the man said. They told her everything. They funded clinics quietly. Helped people anonymously. For months, they went places where kindness was inconvenient. "We didn't test you," the woman said gently. "We recognized you." They slid a folder across the table. Her father's medical bills paid. Future treatment covered. Education funded. Naomi cried, not because she was saved, but because she was seen. Naomi's life didn't change overnight. She still worked. She still studied. But the pressure lifted enough for her to breathe. Years later, she would say that kindness isn't soft. It's disciplined. It's choosing people when it costs something. And that Christmas Eve, a small decision changed many lives, starting with her own. If this story touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share. Kindness still matters.